What's going on, Tamers? It's your boy Dan from DGU, bringing you guys my top 5 decks I'm looking forward to in BT-15. My first deck I'm looking forward to is the boy Myotismon. Super hyped to get all this new support for Myotismon. It's a very good, it's a solid deck, I should say. You can run a lot of little different techs you want. It's a little, a little all over the place. You don't have a set rookie lineup. You don't have a set champion lineup. You don't even have a set ultimate lineup really that you need to run certain cards. It's up to the player discretion and go from there. That's why I kind of like the deck a little bit. You do a little different things, and I don't know if necessarily my build is, the most optimal, but it's my first build at it and what I think of it. So just quick run through some things. Running Numemon. This Numemon is, on deletion by trashing one level 5 or higher Digimon from your hand, draw 2. You want your Myotismons in your trash a lot, especially your Mallow, to activate the Yu-Gi-Oh effect. So it's a good card to draw, trash, and whatnot. I'm running, as you see, 4 Outtros in the deck. The deck needs a little bit of speed, and Outtro is a great card for this, where you can just, Digivolve on the back, and then next turn raise, hatch, gain a memory, and you can do a little bit more on your combos and whatnot. And he's an easy target for Numemon to just swing die and to be able to trash cards and whatnot. We're definitely running the new the Devi on play. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Myotismon and its text from them. Add in hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. If you add a card, trash 1 card in your hand. So again, another way to facilitate that trash, because you want Myotismons in your trash. Again, running the promo one on play. Trash 2 cards from your deck. Really good, solid on play, again, to fill your trash what you need. Something that I'm running, I don't know if many people are, is the BT-15 Digimon on play when attacking. Trash the top 3 cards of your deck. Again, more ways to facilitate the trash for your Myotismons. Your turn, the Digimon gets plus 1000 DP for every 3 cards you can trash, so you can, gain that buff pretty fast. Unleash and trash 1 card in your opponent's hand without looking, in a way to potentially disrupt what your opponent has in their hand. The new star of the show for this deck, Myotismon Ace. It's Ace card, play for 5, hand counter, blast Digivolve blocker on play. When Digivolve, you may play 1 purple level 3 Digimon card or 1 purple Tamer card from your trash while paying the cost. A great way to be able to play your Tamers for free. That's why I'm running 3 Yu-Gi-Ohs. I'm running 1 Mad just to have a memory tamer, so you can potentially play him as well and then gain his effect. It's really solid. Got different Myotismons as well. The new Venom Myotismon. We're running 3 of it. This type of deck, you want, a lot of Myotismons. So having 8 in total, it's megas, level 6s. It's sounds crazy, but you kind of need it for the deck. And with the new Mist Barrier, you can play your level 6 Myotismons, especially Venom Myotismon, for free. On play, when Digivolve and on deletion, delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower. It's not bad. It's also a blocker, so it can do things. Once you get 5 in trash, you get the Yu-Gi-Oh effect. You could play Mallow off of his effect. On play, if there are 5 more cards and with Myotismon in trash and the names in your trash, that's why you need to be able to facilitate the trash. You could delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon and trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. That's kind of why you want to be able to do that. He also has a 1 Digivolve effect. Trash the top 5 cards of your deck. Then if you have a card with Myotismon's name in your hand in your trash, gain 1 memory. So it becomes a 3 cost Evo. Solid. Running Mist Barrier, like I mentioned before. It's another really good card. By deleting one of your opponent's Digimon, you may play 1 Myotismon from your trash without paying the cost. Being able to play your Ace for free is really good, and gain whatever effects off of that. Then delay all turns. When one of your Myotismon is deleted, delay, you may play 1 Venom Myotismon from your trash without paying the cost. So like I mentioned before, how you can play Venom for free as well earlier. So it's really cool. It's not your best deck in the game right now, but it's something that with more support, I think this becomes better. Now, the second deck I am definitely excited for is Fish Swarm. Again, another deck that's not, tier 1, or we have to put it meta defining. and probably not even a contender either. It's more, you know, a pilot oriented deck. And the new support of, you know, Goma X's and Plesio X's, and with the new fish support in general, I want to try a heavy bottom end with Gomas because of the new Goma X's. On play when Digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Sea Beast, Plesiosaur, Beast King, or X anybody trait among them to the hand, return the rest of the bottom of the deck. So a searcher for this deck. This deck doesn't have any like natural searchers in the deck outside running Davis like I am, or mental training, or even like memory boost. So it's cool to be able to have, you know, an in archetype searcher that basically searches the whole deck, which is pretty cool. And it has an inheritable when attacking one of your opponent's Digimon with as many or fewer Digivolution cards as this Digimon can't attack until the end of their turn. So a way to stun, which is always good. We're playing New Betamon. New Betamon gives Jam as inheritable, but in this deck you can actually activate its on play effect. If played by an effect, one of your opponent's Digimon can't attack until the end of their turn. So another card that can stun your opponent's Digimon. Really cool, really versatile of a type of card, especially with the jamming inheritable. And then of course you gotta play the original Goemon. If played from the source, draw 2. Being able to draw 2 for free is always good to have. We're also playing this heavy Digimon package in this deck. Digimon, the new one, BT-15, has Rush on Body, so you play it out from the source, you can swing with it. He also gives jamming as an inheritable, so more ways of giving jamming. That's kind of why I dropped down the Crabmon, because Crabmon gives a jamming as on play as well. But because we have other ways of gaining jamming now, easier, that's why we lower the Crabmon counts, even though the rest of the deck is really good by placing a low 5 or, you know, low 5 blue Digimon or lower under a source. So it's good to have because it facilitates your sources to be able to play them out for free. Another card we're running is 4 of Digimon, that promo. And that was a little bit expensive, but like this card is a mandatory 4, I feel like nowadays. On play, when Digivolving, one of your blue Digimon can't be deleted in battle until the end of your opponent's turn. So again, another way of jamming, but a different way. So like if they block, then you don't die, which is always good to have. And then as an inheritable, when one of your effects plays another Digimon, one of your blue Digimon gains Rush. So obviously the whole point of this deck is to be able to just swarm bodies out, and having this as an inheritable, giving them Rush as well. You can get a lot more aggressive with this deck style now. For the ultimates, running the new Mega Digimon. The new Mega Digimon is super good on play when Digivolving by placing one of your other blue Digimon as the Digimon's bottom Digivolution's card. Return one of your opponent's Digimon whose level is less than or equal to the place card's level to the bottom of the deck. This deck severely had no ways of really removal in the deck outside of options. So having this feels like it's a must. Being able to place your Digimon underneath, especially once you go wide, sometimes you can't do anything with them. And so you can just, you know, go into this, be able to place them underneath, and then bottom deck a Digimon level equal to or less. So that's always good to have. And then as an inheritable, when attacking, by placing one of your other blue Digimon as its Digimon's bottom dilution card, a suspended Digimon. So again, another way to add sources to a stack again, but also be able to get more aggressive, like I mentioned. Being able to swing, spend, swing again. That could be a way to close out games now in comparison to what we had before. And your usual, we're playing 4 Plesiomon, and that's a must, that's mandatory. Still playing the 1 Metal Digimon. Again, that's a really good card if you're able to pull it off. And then I'm trying something different. Again, this is my first iteration of it. I don't know how well it's going to be, but I'm playing the new Plesio X. You can Digivolve over Plesiomon cost of 2. When Digivolving when attacking, return one of your opponent's Digimon with as many or fewer Digivolution cards as its Digimon to the hand. So that could be potentially counteractive to the strategy deck. That's what I'm just trying out to see if it works, because you sometimes play a lot of Digimon on your sources and you're limited on how much you have. But with the new Mega Digimon, that could be potentially work still by being able to, as an inheritable, tuck something underneath to, you know, unsuspend. So there might be a little synergy. So who knows? We'll see if it works or not. And then opponent's turn. When an opponent's Digimon with as many or fewer Digivolution cards as the Digimon attacks, if plus your X anybody's in its Digivolution cards, gain 2 memory. So a little pseudo ice wall. Pretty cool to have in this type of deck. And of course, like I mentioned, you gotta have 4 Aegis. Aegis is, you know, the bread and butter of the deck. It's where the top end you want to reach, and it lets you play out most of your deck out for free, which is pretty cool. And still running, like I mentioned earlier, Davis, a memory setter, a searcher. We're running mental training because I think it's more important to have to reduce your evil cost than it is to gain memory in this deck. And we have 2 Great Maelstrom for, you know, option removal if you can't, to get rid of them by other means. Can't wait to really get into this deck and, like, you know, mess with it more and be able to change what I think doesn't work and whatnot and see where it goes. Next, we have super excited for this deck. As y'all know, I've been hyped to play Dark Masters, and after the ban hit with one Apocalypse, the next iteration of this deck is the Dark Masters OmniZoo version. It's a really cool deck where you play a lot of the level 5s in the archetype, which they're all searchers for anything that's level 6 and higher, and you grab 2 of them, and then they each have a different inheritable. And what's cool is that you could be able to just, you don't need your eggs really as much. You can play that, get a Dark Master into your raising, and then you're ready to just pop off the following turn. Mind you, if you're going first, you give your opponent 6, so that may be an issue depending on like what they're playing as well. And then you gain all the effects as well. You have like Piedmon to kill a unsuspended Digimon. You have Puppetmon that lets you, you know, bottom deck a suspended Digimon when attacking on play. Machinemon Digivolves 2 when attacking. Myotismon, return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to the hand. I'm running Outtro. I'm trying this out. Again, this is a deck that doesn't need rookies, but I think the idea of it could be potentially good. Having something that's low end that can just, you know, Digivolve, following turn, raise, gain a memory, and you can choose not to hatch because it's a you may hatch. So then you can proc your Lady Devies, your Cherrymons, your Gigajimons, and, you know, swing, trash level 6 or level 5 or higher, and draw 2. And another way to be able to draw cards in this deck. That's why I'm trying it. If I see it's useless, I'll take it out and replace it with something else. Cool thing about this deck, because you're running a lot of level 5s, is that you could run different aces. I have War Greymon Ace at 2 of, as a blocker on body. And if you're over Gigajimon, it will gain reboot as well. I'm running 2 Ibamumon because this deck has a lot of green and purple level 5s. So that means there's multiple ways of being able to evo into this. For each of your Digimon with Diva or 4 Sovereigns, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, and then they can't unsuspend on their following unsuspend phase. And on deletion, delete one of your opponent's suspended Digimon. Sorry, not unsuspended. So it's a cool ace that you can go into. I am trying Rust Tyranno as well. I think the idea of it is cool. One Digivolving, suspend all your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to its Digimon. All turns once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon deleted in battle, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So I think it's a really cool card, and I'm running 4 Cherrymon, so the chances of it happening is possible. Yeah, it's a good card. Next ace we're running is Zukao Ace because it's purple. 1 Digivolve when attacking. You can delete one Digimon with Devo trait or 6k or DP or less. Then this Digimon gains second attack plus 1. So the idea of it is if your opponent has a bunch of, you know, maybe Floodgate rookies, you can kill them and then also gain second attack plus 2, get a little aggression. So that's the idea of it. This is a card can definitely be like maybe a Metal Garurumon Ace or something, or even, you know, with the new Terriermon Advanced Star decks, Mega Gargomon is definitely a card that I'll be throwing into this deck and replacing some of my other aces potentially. And this could be one of them that we replace. And then we have our Omni lineup. For sure, we're done for running OmniZoo defeat at 4 of is a cheap Evo for 3 over black and purple. So we have Machinegimon, we have Piedmon, so it can easily digivolve over them. We have 3 Mercy modes because it can Evo over blue and green, and also over any Omnimon for a cost of 3. So obviously we have Myotismon, we have Puppymon for it to digivolve over, and then as well as the Ace Digimons I'm playing, so you can digivolve over them as well if you need to. We have 2 Ultra Bees. You can't digivolve over anything level 6 unless it's a black. But the goal is to hopefully digivolve over a Omnimon for only 2 costs, and you gain all its benefits, which is really good. It's a strong end game card for it, and that's why I'm running it. Then you still have Dexmon. Dexmon is good for being able to deal with wide boards. This deck doesn't deal with wide boards too well, so this is what it's good for. And I'm trying Omnimon Zorts again. Black and purple when digivolving. Cool thing is with this effect, when digivolving trash top 3 cards of your deck, then you may play up to 2 black and purple Digimon cards with play costs of 8 or less. So that's any of the low 5 searchers. So that means you can, you know, dig deep for 8 deep and then grab 4 cards potentially. Crazy thing about its effect, you can also play the aces. So if you need to play a War Ray Ace for a blocker, you can. If you need to play Ibanu Ace as well because it's purple, you can, and you get the on-play effect. And the same thing with Zukao Ace. So it's really cool, versatile card. And then the last of it, Omni X, he's here because you can digivolve over any Omnimon for cost of 3. And the idea of potentially deleting your opponent's Digimons with DP less than equal when attacking is very strong to me. And then you might have 1 negate for attack, which is pretty cool. And then for Tamers, Tai and Mad because you're running Omni, so why not run that? You need Tech Attack +1, really good card for it. And then again, another tech card I'm trying is just this 1 Louis to see if I can proc it off of Ukumons and gain more memory to be able to facilitate my plays more. So that's what I'm running for Dark Masters OmniZoo. This deck is definitely going to be changing a lot throughout the time, and I'm excited to see where this goes for me. Fourth deck I'm excited for is Bugs. I know it's rare, I'm not really a green player that much, but seeing Hercules Kabuterimon become kind of relevant again this meta, it's pretty cool to me because Tentomon is one of my favorites, and it's cool to see him have good cards. So we'll just run down real quick. Of course, Tentomon, the new Tentomon is really good. Starting main phase by suspending 1 Digimon. 1 of your Digimon with Insectoid trait gets 3k DP until the end of your opponent's turn. That 3k DP is so crucial, especially once you start digivolving up the stack with like the new Kabuterimon. He's 5k, that means he's 8, and then if it's suspended, that means he's unaffected by the effects of your opponent's Digimon. So any Digimon they try to de-digivolve it, neg DP, do any sorts of shenanigans against your stack, null and void because he's unaffected, which is cool while suspended. And then you have the star of the show, Mega Kabuterimon Ace, really good card. On play, when digivolve, 1 of your Digimon gets 3k DP until the end of your opponent's turn. Then if one of their Digimon is attacking, you may switch that target of attack to Digimon. So if you had like your Tentomon, you digivolve to Kabuterimon, you did something else, you gain that 3k from the Tentomon, and then you blast digivolve, you gain that extra 3k from Mega Kabuterimon Ace. So now he is a 13k redirect, so that's most times you're gonna kill something, and it's really strong what you can do with it. Then you have Hercules Kabuterimon. Again, has the same all turns while the Digimon is suspended. It isn't affected by the effects of your opponent's Digimon, but he has a good effect of your when digivolving and also starting your main phase. Suspend 1 of your opponent's Digimon, and 1 of your Digimon gains piercing, so you're able to force suspension, be able to swing over their stuff, and gain piercing as well, because Bugs will usually like to have piercing and be able to suspend and force the suspension on their Digimon. They were of course running Myotismon as a top end. Mercy mode, depending on how the meta changes, that could change as well. But it's a good removal. And with me running a Hercules Commentary on X, you could potentially pop 2 things at once, which is kind of cool. And of course for Tamers, we gotta run for Izzy's. He's super important for the deck. He's a memory tamer, but the important part is opponent's turn. When opponent's Digimon attacks by suspending this tamer, switch the target of attack to one of your suspended Digimon with Insectoid. So your stack is usually suspended on your opponent's turn. You can use that effect to be able to redirect attacks. It's like an analog man for bugs. Super good, and can't wait to see where this goes, because I already changed this up a bit. I had Shivamon instead of Hercules X. And Shivamon does work with being able to stun your opponent's options, not being able to use them, and then when it unsuspends, you gain the trash your opponent's security effect, which is really cool. And of course, you know, agility training 4 is a must in this deck. Super Shocker, it was super important. Suspend one level 6 or lower Digimon. 1 year Digimon with the Insectoid trait gains 3k to the opponent's turn. So again, another way to boost yourself and then potentially swing over your opponent's stack. And now for the final deck I am excited for. It is Numemon. Super excited to be able to play Numemon BT-15. This is probably, I guess, the main meta deck per se that I'm excited for. And it's just because of, you know, BT-15 support makes it really good with Numemon X, with Myotismon X, being able to get that recursion going, being able to continue swarming the bodies with Poop Digimon is pretty good. This deck has no rookies, so your rookie lineup is anything you want it to be basically. And here's another deck where I'm running Outtro, because Outtro is that good. And in this type of deck where you kind of swarming as fast as possible, Outtro just speeds up the tempo of your deck. Another rookies I'm running is Chumon, that's memory stopper. Good to have. I'm trying, and then my other rookies, I'm just trying different things out because again, it doesn't matter. So I'm trying Doremon. He has a cool little security effect. At the end of battle, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a black Digimon card with a play cost of 4 or less, you may play it without paying the cost. Then add the remaining cards to your hand. Then add this card to your hand. So you kind of, you know, getting a +1 off of the effect, which is pretty cool. And again, a lot of this deck is play cost 4 or less outside of your level 5s and up. And you're running a lot of low 4 Digimon that's be able to get played for free and gain effects off of them. So that's why I was, you know, trying to try it, see if it works or not. The other rookie running old school Chikurimon, another security effect, DigiGuard 1. DigiGuard 1 sometimes just stunts what your opponent is doing because it's, you know, security is random and it just messes things up. Then of course you got 4 Gearmon, you know, trash 1, draw 2. You have 4 of the Digipolice Numemon. On play 1 Digivolve by placing Sasuke from your hand as a Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. One of your Digimon gains Rush, so you get this Rush, or you give something else Rush as well, which is pretty cool. And you know, you get the instant aggression going. Then the new card in this deck, you got the Numemon X, which is super important for this deck. All turns, while Numemon or X anybody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, it gains on deletion. You may play 1 Digimon card with Numemon in its name from your trash without paying the cost. On deletion, inheritable, you may play 1 Digimon card with Numemon in its name from your trash without paying the cost. So the great thing, the most important thing about this card is that all your other Numemons or Myotismon effects play cards from your hand. He does not, so that facilitates being able to play multiple Digimon at once and being able to have that ability to play from the trash and that recursion. Super good. Next, obviously we're playing, you know, the RB1 Numemon, real top 3 cards. Add 1 card with Myotismon's name and 1 card with Numemon, and then place the bottom. Good searcher. Opponent's turn, while the Digimon has Myotismon or Numemon in his name, it gains blocker. So it's a good heritable to be able to do a blocker. You can kind of since a lot of his low end is a lot of low 5 and higher are like kind of low on the DP scale. They all have like on deletion effects, so you benefit off of them when he dies. So it's cool that they can be blockers, and then you benefit off of it. Obviously, we have RB1 Myotismon. For some reason, the most expensive cards. Things like $20 or $15, wherever it is. Crazy that it is for a rare, but it is what it is. On play, by placing one Digimon card Numemon's name from your trash as this Digimon's bottom illusion card, gain 2 memory. So effectively, he could be potentially a 5 cost Digimon, but if you play for free, you're just like gaining plus 2 memory. Second effect, on play, when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets 3k, neg 3k, and second attack -1 to end of their turn. Really good effect. Stunts what your opponent's trying to do, and it's just an overall really good card. And then inheritable, second attack +1 to your level 6s. Super good, super important. And of course, you gotta run Monze X. When Digivolving, this is also one of the new cards in BT-15. When Digivolving, if a card with Myotismon in his name or X name by this Digimon cards, you may play one Numemon or one level 3 Digimon card from your hand without paying a cost. Cool thing about that level 3 Digimon card, you gain, you know, if you had play your floodgates, if you have them, maybe play another Outtro to gain more memory or something like that. You could do a lot of shenanigans with it. And obviously you could play your Numemons as well and gain those benefits. And then all turns once return, when one of your other Digimon is played, one of your opponent's Digimon gets neg 2k for each of your Digimon until the end of their turn, which is pretty good. Next, obviously, you gotta play the 4 Platinum Numemons. He's the main top end. On play, when Digivolving, my trash one card with Numemon's name in your hand, gain 2 memory. On deletion, you may play one level 5 lower Digimon card with Numemon's name from your hand without playing a cost. So again, another way of being able to gain memory, play Digimon off of effects, and be able to have that board presence. And I'm playing one Shin Myotismon. He's alright. He does things sometimes. I just kind of want to try it. Again, first iterations for most of the decks outside the bugs. And this is probably going to go to the wayside eventually, but he's kind of cool, you know, being able to remove Digimon on your opponent's board by putting in security is kind of good. It is what it is. He's probably gonna be gone by the next time you see me play this deck. Then you got decks, room mode, things that you can go up to your 7s no problem, and then 4 Saskis. Again, remember, this is just the first iteration. I don't know where these decks are gonna go. This deck, especially like Numemon, can just change rapidly depending on what the meta is looking like. I'm sure like my rookie lineups would change, be more floodgate oriented or something, and you know, probably Venusmon instead of Shin Myotismon, stuff like that. You guys probably noticed one glaring deck missing because I've talked about it a lot, and that's Digimon. Just want to let you know I'm gonna have a separate deck profile for that deck. Because of the new support, I believe it can be played 2 different ways, and I'm gonna have 2 deck profiles for Digimon only on a different video. And that's it. That's my top 5 decks I'm looking forward to. If you guys can give us a like, subscribe, and comment on our videos, let us know what you think I should change in my decks and whatnot. That'd be great. Catch you on the next one. Peace.